everybody, so I am here for my 12-week pregnancy update. I'm hoping there's not too much of an echo in here. This is where I used to record my videos. I was going to record down in our bedroom like I have been for a little while now, but Nick is going to be playing a video game and Bella's just running around crazy down there, so I thought it would be a little too much commotion to film down there, so I hope it's not too echoey up here. So today I am 12 weeks, like exactly today, it's Saturday, I'm 12 weeks pregnant. I'll show you guys what the baby would look like. The baby is 2.1 inches and the size of a plum and 0.49 ounces. So that is what the baby, sorry, I'm like trying not to get the glare. There we go. That's what the baby would look like. This week, the eyes have moved towards the front of the face, the chin and nose have taken more shape, and the tiny fingernails are now well formed. Fingers that will soon be able to open and close, and the baby's brain synapses are rapidly growing, which is super cool. This past week, we actually had our appointment with the midwife, so we got to meet her. She is amazing. Like, I'm so in love with her. She's perfect. And we went over the CF. Does run in my family, like I talked about in the last pregnancy vlog, that I am a carrier for. You know, 2 of my cousins had that and passed away. I want to say all of my aunts are carriers for it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Bella's probably a carrier for it, which the baby could potentially be a carrier for it, which, I mean, it stinks for the future, but that doesn't mean just because you're a carrier, you don't have it. Like, I'm a carrier, but I don't have CF. If Nick's a carrier too, and we both are carriers together, and we have a baby, we have, I want to say it's a 25% chance of having a baby sick with CF. So we talked about that, and the midwife was like, okay, well, let's write a prescription for him to find out if he is a carrier of CF, and then we'll go from there, because there is legitimate reason to test him. He says that it doesn't run in his family. I don't think it runs in his family. So we'll find out from there. Obviously, more needs to go do blood work. We talked about my preeclampsia with my last pregnancy, and she recommended I start taking baby aspirin, which is I think 0.81 milligrams or some like small dose. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's the liquid form. If it has to be baby aspirin, I would think it would be a liquid, which is kind of gross. I don't like the liquids, but obviously for babies they don't have pills. I need to start that. I have like the hiccups. This baby makes me so gassy. But I have to start that in 2 weeks when I'm 14 weeks, because it's best to start it between 13 and 14 weeks, she said, so she wants me to start at 14. So I have that to start in 2 weeks. I'm going to have to go pick it up. We also talked about doing a 24-hour urine catch, which is so fun. I'll kind of explain it to you guys really quick if you don't know what it is, because I kind of didn't, like I had an idea, but basically you have to keep your urine for 24 hours. They give you like a bucket, they give you a hat to pee in, like not like the toilet hat, then they give you a container to put it all in, and you throw away your first pee or you flush your first pee, and then you collect it for 24 hours, and then you have to drop it off at the lab. I have our next appointment, which I'm pretty sure I'll be like 15 weeks or 16 weeks. It's December 29th. Is our next appointment, so right before the new year, and then from there we're gonna schedule an ultrasound. Our first ultrasound that's probably gonna tell us the gender of it and all of that fun stuff. That was pretty much everything that she talked about at the thing. I got, you know, my blood taken 2 weeks ago, and everything came back amazing on that. She was so happy with it. She said that I'm super healthy, and then I got a pap. I know, TMI probably, but everything came back fine with that, and she said, you know, she was feeling my pelvis, and she's like, you have an amazing pelvis. Like, I'm sure it was no problem pushing Bella out, and you're gonna have no problem with this next baby. So I'm like, yes, that makes me feel, it's kind of a weird like compliment to get, but from a doctor, I guess it's expected for them to compliment you on like weird bodily things, you know what I mean? So she was telling me how, you know, the baby should be super easy coming out and everything. It's because it's wide, and I've already had Bella, so that was a plus. Now I'll talk about some symptoms for this past week. I have still continued to be super gassy. My back started hurting a little bit more, but not to the point where I'm like complaining about it or anything. It's really not that bad. I haven't really craved anything besides sweet stuff. I really wanted chocolate this past week, and then like those, the Taco Bell, what are they? They're like sugar and cinnamon balls with like that cream filling inside. I craved those. I didn't end up getting them, but I thought about those for like a straight week. I was craving Domino's, which I hate Domino's pizza. I know so many people out there are like, what? You hate Domino's pizza? I'm just not a fan of it. I never have been, and I was like to my boyfriend, you know what I'm craving right now? Because he loves it. I was like, Domino's pizza, but it's gross. But I got a piece of pizza, and that was satisfying. There's not too much to update on, which is why I did take a week in between and just kind of go to the appointment and see what she had to say. She did talk about, you know, circumcision and not circumcision. She talked about breastfeeding, which is all the stuff that she's supposed to talk about anyways at the first meeting. And we got to hear the baby's heartbeat again. Nick and I hear it all the time, but we went and they finally got to hear it this time. So that was cool, but she said it was around 160. So it is kind of high, which is totally normal, but let me know what you guys think with the heartbeats. I don't know how true it is. Bella's heartbeats was 160 and 170, and I know other babies who did come out to be boys were in the lower end, like 140, 130, that sort of thing. So I'm not sure what that is. Right now, I have the feeling that it's gonna be a girl. That's just me. That's because I'm one of 3 girls. You know, we have my niece, I have Bella, so I just feel like it's a girl. Girls aren't in my family, but then again, boys determine the gene. We always produce the X and the boys determine whether it's an X or a Y. So, with that being said, Nick has 3 cousins, like, they're all boys on his side. So I'm like, maybe it will be a boy. But I don't know, I have this feeling it's a totally different pregnancy from Bella's, but I feel like every pregnancy is totally different, regardless of if it's a boy or a girl. They're all completely different pregnancies. I also did talk to the midwife about delayed cord clamping, because that is something that I wanted to do. I wanted to do with Bella, but because she was early, everything was so quick. It was like, deliver the baby, put her on her chest for 1 second, the nurse was over touching like her wrist and trying to get her respiratory to see if she was breathing, and then they took her like right there. So it was all a matter of seconds. I want to say I really only held her for about 2 seconds. She was on me real quick. I was like, oh my god, and then they took her just to make sure everything was okay with her. Obviously, you know, she was 6 weeks early, so they wanted to make sure that she was okay, and they weren't really concerned with delayed cord clamping or skin to skin right away or any of that stuff. We obviously got the skin to skin after, you know, we did 2 full weeks of skin to skin pretty much. But delayed cord clamping wasn't really something that I was educated on back then, but I do want to do delayed cord clamping now. And I brought that up to the midwife, and she's like, oh yeah, you didn't get it with your daughter? Like, you should have suggested that. And I was like, well, she was early, so it was so fast that there was, I want to say 7 nurses and 2 doctors, and then my nurse. So it was like just crazy amount of people in the room to begin with. And you guys know hospital rooms aren't huge, so it was just really fast. So I told her that, and I was like, you know, they didn't really get to tell me a lot as it was going. They were just kind of going and making sure that she was okay and everything. But I did say that this one, I would like delayed cord clamping. Maybe, I want to say the normal is like, what, 5 minutes? So leaning more towards like 5 minutes, something along those lines. We did also talk about, or no, we didn't talk about, but I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about it, is the placenta encapsulation, however you say it. I don't know the process of that. It would have to be something that I look for. And I feel like it is different from hospital to hospital, but if you guys did it, or if you know someone that did it, how do they go about doing it? Because I am all about making my body bounce back faster, making breastfeeding easier, and just, you know, getting back to my old self as quick as I can. Because if you guys know, once you have a baby, you start to feel not like yourself. It takes a little bit of time to start feeling like yourself again. So if anything that can make that happen quicker, I want to do it. And taking a pill, yeah, it's my placenta in it, but it's just a pill, and that's not a big deal to me. I've had worse things in my mouth, and it's fine, you know what I mean? So I just want to know, like, if you have to release it to yourself, or if you released it to a person that did it for you, if the hospital did it right there. Might be something I have to talk about the hospital about, but that's just something I'm interested in. So I figured I'd talk to you guys about it and see what you think. I know you guys liked that old wives' tale that I did. I will do some more old wives' tales videos. I don't really know what they are, so I'm gonna have to Google what they are. I did see the ring test, and I know there's a cabbage one that I might do for you guys just before we find out the gender. We do plan on having a, you know, intimate gender reveal party, and it's probably gonna be like 5 to 10 people. Nothing big, but I'm obviously gonna film it for you guys. Oh, see, this baby is making me hiccup so much. So I'm just gonna go ahead, sorry guys, and show you guys my belly. Hang on, Nick texted me, he's with Belle, so I'm gonna show you the belly. There's not much. I'm gonna just lower this a little bit. There's that. I'm actually just gonna lift it up because side, front. Sorry, there's not a lot of room to spin around here. And the other side. Alright you guys, so that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.